I didn't know that yesterday, August 9th, was National Book Lovers Day. So I decided to tell about 10 of my favorite books. I'm going to have to make this more than one part because I don't think I can get through all 10 of them in one setting because let's just say I'm multitasking. So these 10 are in no particular order and they are not even scratching the surface. But books number one, two, and three, I'll just clump them together. Number one is all three of these are hospice books written by hospice nurses. And number one is The In Between by Hadley Flahos, RN. And she talks about real life case stories, and she talks about her own story of how and why she became an RN. It was really encouraging. Number two is Nothing to Fear by Julie McFadden, RN. That one's also really wonderful. I loved it. And number three is Influencing Death, Reframing Dying for Better Living by Penny Hawkins Smith, RN. And I love that one as well. It was really encouraging also. She also told her story in her life as well and told how she became a nurse and her story before she was a nurse and all that. It was really interesting. And I just love reading those kind of books. Number four is a fiction book called Garden of Lies by Eileen Googe. That book is so good. It's about two young girls. Well, they were old at the end of the books, but two babies were switched at birth. And I can't tell you why they were switched because I don't want to ruin the book for you, but they were switched. One of them came from a super rich family and the other came from a super poor family. And these two girls actually became friends before they found out that they were switched. The girl that ended up in the rich home becomes a doctor. The girl that ended up in the poor home finds a program to help her get through college and she becomes a lawyer. And these two girls' lives intertwine so much accidentally. They run into each other all the time. Like, for example, when the doctor was getting sued for not doing a C-section, the lawyer that her insurance company used was the other girl that she was switched with. Of all the lawyers in New York City, her insurance company had to use that one. No, yeah. What's the chances of that happening? And she's worried about whether or not she's going to do a good job for her. And if you're thinking, well, if they're friends, why is she worried about that? Well, because there's something else. The fact that they had the same boyfriend. The poor girl had the guy first. And they ended up breaking up. And then halfway across the world, the boy ran into the other girl, not knowing that it was the girl that was switched with the girl that he was previously dating. So what are the chances of that, to go all the way to the other side of the world and find the girl that is switched with your other girlfriend, was switched with her at birth, but he didn't know that at the time. He had no idea. So, and then he started dating that girl. But the reason he broke up with the other girl was because he was writing her letters. He was in Vietnam, and the poor girl's grandma hid the letters and didn't let her know about them. So therefore she wasn't writing back. So he thought she didn't care about him. So he broke up with her, and then he found a doctor and that was volunteering for Vietnam. She was a civilian, and she's the one that saved his life. So anyway, I don't want to give out any more than that. But can you imagine when after you're grown you find out that you were switched at birth and you were supposed to be in this loving rich family, and instead you were in this poor family and you were raised by a grandma that hated you. And number 5 is a cookbook. It's called Not a Drop of Milk or Soy by Kristen Caitlin Riley. Now, this is not a vegan cookbook. Some of the recipes are vegan, but I made some of these recipes. I can take a recipe that's not vegan and I can make it vegan. But this cookbook is so good. I made the pizza dough on page 17, the French bread on page 25. Oh, that was so good. And the tomato basil soup that was on page 31. That was so good. And yeah, I wish I had covers of all these books to show you, but I don't. And I know this is poor quality, but like I said, I'm multitasking. And I think I did pretty good considering, but I've got to go now, and I will come back and make a part 2 and talk about the other 5 books that are some of my favorite